Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's unseen video. I hope you are well. It's so great to be back. I have missed you all. Obviously, we've been away for a couple of weeks whilst we were in the US recording toy hunts. I've got so many toy hunts to bring your way. We'll try and drop the first one this Sunday, but that's a whole separate thing. Of course, we're back doing unseens and yeah, it is awesome to be back. This is our daily video series where we take a look at things that are going on social media, happening on social media, some of the theories that are out there, some of the thoughts, some of the superstar comments, but not only that, we also touch a little bit on what's gone down on the shows. But we're going to start with some somber news, and that is the WWE releases. These were NXT releases. These do happen, unfortunately. You know, they are obviously new recruits, and there's a standard that has to be met. And I'm guessing that WWE just feel that some of these have not met that standard. You don't quite know the reasons as to why people have been let go. I'm sure these were great people that were giving their all. So it's certainly, in my opinion, not a reflection of them. It's just that it wasn't the right fit. But probably the most high-profile release was Drew Gulak, and obviously we've got a bit more information there. There was very public accusations made against him by Ronda Rousey, and they very much appear to have led to him being released. There is a list here from Knockout News, quoting PW Insider. These are the names that I've seen. I'm not aware of any other names. You can see a lot here that never made it onto NXT TV. But there are a few that jump out that did. Drew Gulak, of course. Valentina Feroz is another name that jumps out. And Trey Bearhill as well. He was in the Breakout tournament. He's another name that jumps out also. So those are the names of people that have been released. Obviously, wish them all the best for their futures. So that was some somber news. Kind of nice to get it out the way. And then we've got a few other little bits. So this is the WWE folder. They've announced that Settle the Score War featuring H by RD is the official theme song of Backlash. And honestly, I've heard of H actually, but I've never heard of RD, and I am not aware of this song. So I will check it out probably after Unseen. There's also going to be a major announcement tomorrow regarding WrestleMania. Now, we are expecting that to be announced for Las Vegas, right? Don't know that it's going to be. There could be a swerve. The two places that were in the running for it was Las Vegas and Minnesota. And the longer this has gone on, the more I've heard that Minnesota are kind of losing heart, losing optimism that it's going to be them. So it's either Vegas or Minnesota. I think Vegas is the favorite, but a big announcement is going to be made tomorrow as to where WrestleMania 41 is going to be taking place. We've got this as well. Let's bring it in. So here, look, Wrestle Talk, again quoting PW Insider. Michael Cole has pulled back on his duties managing the announce teams so that he can focus more on his on-screen position. It was said that this was Michael Cole's decision. WWE had no issue with it. Sue Canadro, who worked with Cole in managing the announcers, has now taken over from him. So he's no longer involved in managing the announce teams. He was the guy that really oversaw all of that. Now it's Sue that's kind of in that position. So I don't really know quite what that entails. I'm guessing it means that if they've got a problem, or if there's some maybe feedback or something, like performance reviews maybe, I'm not sure, it's all done through that person. That's their liaison, if you will, their line manager, if you will. So that's kind of an interesting change in structure. So Michael Cole wanting to focus more on his on-screen position. Right, then we got this as well. So Let's go back down, actually. We'll try and go in order. So Seth Rollins has re-signed with WWE. That news coming from Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful. Hang'em High was actually at the show tonight in France, Smackdown, and reported that Jey Uso against Finn Balor was a dark match, and Shinsuke Nakamura against Cody Rhodes was also a dark match on Smackdown tonight. Cora Jade out of nowhere, and this really is getting attention. You can see it's been viewed 284,000 times. It's trending, right? She said, I'd want to be me too, right? So very much implying that someone is trying to be her. I'd want to be me too, right? Indy Hartwell has responded, then be you, which I thought was a fun response. If you want to be you, then just be you. I don't understand, right? So that was Indy's response. But a lot of people are saying it's this. So here, look, you can see Flo saying not Cora Jade making the jump to AEW. So if we actually play this, you can see, look, Skye Blue with some Cora Jade-like mannerisms in her entrance. And so people are putting two and two together, thinking that Cora Jade may be talking about Skye Blue when she's saying, I'd want to be me too. So, interesting. Is there a little bit of shade? A few shots being thrown there by Cora Jade? Is she maybe not happy at what she's seeing presentation-wise from AEW? Is she thinking this is a little bit close to home for her? Don't know. It's trending at the moment, though, so maybe a story just worth keeping an eye on. Something else that's worth keeping an eye on, of course, is Nightbirds. Now, I've got to tell you, this is really difficult for me because I got tagged in this, right? And a massive shout out. I've actually got the tweets here. So a big shout out to Penfold Hansen, who tagged me in this, right? Also tagged me in a video of The Voice, like, that you can hear. I'll play it for you. It's very quiet.
You don't even know what you're looking for. She's not what you think. She just wants to help. That's all she's ever wanted.
I don't even know if you can quite hear that. I can't turn it up any louder. Like, that's as loud as it'll actually go. It's very, very quiet. But basically, Penfold has got in touch and said, you've got to ring this number. It's the one from White Rabbit, but it's changed now. I'm assuming it's changed to Alexa Bliss. Now, I've had people getting in touch with me saying that when they call it, they just get line busy and they can't get through. I've tried calling it. I can't get through. The only thing I would say, though, is that I'm not in America. It's very difficult for me to verify this because even if I put like an American code in front, it still isn't calling. It's still not getting through. Not once have I actually heard this, and I know a lot of you have not heard it either, right? But I liked it because I got sent this clip and I can actually hear that there is something there, right? I've had people saying it's fake, it's phony, and all that kind of stuff, and I totally understand that. I totally understand people having that kind of thought, if you will. But other people have called it and got through. Like, look at this. This is PW Unlimited, right? So the former White Rabbit phone number has been changed to a female voice that sounds like Alexa Bliss, and this is a completely different recording than the one I was sent before. So I can't get through to this. Lots of you can't get through to this. There seems to be some big confusion around this, but people are seemingly getting through. So this, I think, is a better recording. It sounds louder. I'm going to play this for you. This is from PW Unlimited. Let's see how this goes.
You think you're so close to finding him, but you don't even know what you're looking for. He's not what you think. He just wants to help. That's all he's ever wanted. He opens up his arms and makes you feel like you matter, like you belong. He doesn't change you. He reminds you. He wants to know, why did you forget about them? because he opened the door, and the time of secrets has come to an end.
How about that? That's mental, innit? That is mental. So a big shout out to PW Unlimited. And that does seem to sound like the one that I was tagged in before. And this is two separate people, two separate recordings. I still can't get through to it. But that is cool, innit? That is really, really cool. So there we go. If you want to give that a go, the number is on screen. But be warned, I can't get through to it, right? Brando, stay up. Shout out to you. Said 404, right? Because this was quite confusing from tonight's QR code. 404 is the area code for Atlanta, Georgia. And the main event is that both guys are from there. It's something to look at. I think that's great. I really think that's great. So 404, a lot of people are saying, is that the date? And it just wasn't sitting right with me because I don't really get why they would say 404 for the date. It doesn't work. So I really liked error code 404. That's what I first thought. But yeah, people have looked into it and found out it's actually the area code for Georgia. And both the guys in the main event tomorrow are from Georgia. So it kind of feels like towards the end of the show. And actually, you know, the QR code, it had Cody and AJ, obviously, video playing. And then that's when there was interruption. So again, is it that match that's going to be interrupted, or the ending of the match that's going to be interrupted? Is the ending of Backlash going to be interrupted? Is this another clue that that's where it's going? I really like that. I think that's a great theory. Walter J said they're definitely coming at Backlash. They said plus, then showed the video. I'm so excited if we see Bo himself. That's a really good point. So apparently it's like tonight on Smackdown, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes will be face to face. Plus, and as soon as they said plus, then you get all that disruption. So again, people thinking Backlash stands a really good chance as to where we're actually going to be seeing the arrival of the Wyatt Six. And then we got this as well. So another NXT star is reportedly set to be called up to the main roster. So apparently this is Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy has had meetings and is on the verge of being called up. Now, he wasn't in the draft, so that definitely makes me think they're going to bring him to the main roster another way. And is that other way in the Wyatt Six? Might be, might not be, just something for you to be aware of. So that was Nightbirds. We got a few bits here from like the past couple of weeks. I haven't really saved much, to be honest, but I did like this by Maurice. So shout out to you. Here's a picture of me holding some figures from Wrestling Shop Live. And for some reason, this software thinks I'm holding like comic books and I'm in like a comic book shop. But I thought that was a real fun recreation. So Maurice, I know this is from a long time ago. I saw it, I saved it, and now I've shown it. So appreciate the support, my friends. Right, let's have a look at Speed. Ricochet said 500,000 views in 3 hours. People need a Ricochet. That has now gone past 1 million views. So this was the final of Speed. It was Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano, the Speed final, and the winner. Here you can see Ricochet and new with that championship belt, that new Speed championship belt, which I don't hate. I think it's still reminiscent of like the 24/7 title, but it seems to have a bit more detail. And honestly, I don't hate it. I think it serves the purpose. It's not the greatest belt I've ever seen. I'm not a massive fan of circular face plates, but that, again, it reminds me a little bit of the 24/7 title, but I think this has got way more going on for it than the 24/7 belt, and I kind of like it, to be honest. I think I would have liked the belt strap to have not been black. I think I would have liked it to have been, say, white with some colours on it. Don't know why, but I think there was an opportunity to do something different with the belt strap for this. And so that's maybe a bit of a missed opportunity. But yeah, not bad. Ricochet getting the win. I saw the match. It was very good. Ivar with eyes emoji. Ricochet with eyes emojis as well. We're all just looking at each other right now. Here's Triple H. He said, you always remember the first to ever do it. No one defines speed like Ricochet. Congratulations to Ricochet on adding another title reign to his legacy, becoming the first ever Speed champion. There's another look at the belt. You can see the top has got some colors on it with the indicator pointing at green, Speed written across the center, champion at the bottom, WWE logo in the top. It's all right, man. It's all right. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. And honestly, I probably wasn't expecting the belt to be that good, that detailed, but yeah, not bad. And here, look, Ricochet said, I know his name is Speed, but he was super chill. Funny dude. So there he is posing with iShowSpeed. And there's the Speed Championship and the Speed Champion. So that's pretty fun. And let's hear from the new champ, shall we? Let's see what Ricochet has got to say.
You know, it's been a while since I've had some gold around my waist. What a pretty waist it is for a pretty title. It's funny, like I said out there, I told everybody, the same way that The Rock was the most electrifying man, so much so that they had to give him his own show and they called it Smackdown. WWE thought the same about Ricochet. They said Ricochet is one of the most polarizing characters, one of the most polarizing athletes in all of WWE. Let's give him his own show. We'll call it Speed, because everybody needs to see a little bit more of the highlight of the night. Everybody needs to see a little bit more of the front runner. And what a front runner I am to be your new Speed champion. Whether it's 3 minutes, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, people need to see Ricochet. And this shows that. It's nothing but the truth. So as long as I'm holding this title, I welcome anybody that wants to come challenge. 3 minutes, you put everything you've got to the test. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you put everything that you have to the test. Let's see if you can come take it from me.
I like that. I thought that was a pretty good promo, to be honest. It's good to see him actually having something that he can cut a promo on, and it gives him a bit of a purpose, and we know this is going to continue. So now what's happening is we're going to find the number one contender. So we got Tyler Bate against Berto. We got Apollo Crews taking on Ivar. Winners will face each other. The winner of that will be the number one contender, and will have a championship match against Ricochet. So I don't know if this is like the next month that's planned out, but there we go. And I don't know if Ricochet will carry that Speed Championship on the shows. I would imagine so. It's a great way of promoting Speeds on Raw, SmackDown, you know. So I would imagine so. I wonder if they would be tempted to even do some matches during, like, you know, defend that belt on Raw, defend that belt right now. That could be pretty fun if they were to do that and kind of bring it into Raw and SmackDown. But either way, this gives us an indicator as to what is next regarding WWE Speeds. So let's have a look at merch. Not much there, but you might have seen this new shirt on SmackDown. It says RKO, but it's got KO over the top with the tape. It's kind of fun. I like that. New shirts on WWE Shop. Don't forget, you can get to WWE Shop. Link in the description, and it massively helps the channel because it is an affiliate link. And if you use Euroshop, you can use Daze 15 to save some money, but unfortunately that doesn't work on WWE Shop. They don't love me, so there we go. Over here we've got SmackDown. Let's go through SmackDown. So yeah, look at this. I mean, loud, but look at this, crowd. So this is after SmackDown ended, and we know that Jey Uso took on Finn Balor. Look at this. So the crowd have actually got their phones on, like for the Fireflies, but they're using it as part of the Jey Uso thing, and it is crazy. Look at that. This French crowd were absolutely brilliant tonight. They really were. So much fun. But there we go. Triple H said the WWE Universe in France literally received a warning about the noise level tonight. Absolutely insane. Like Motorhead said, only way to feel the noise is when it's good and loud. So there is an environment warning. The noise is over 100 decibels. Please be careful, kind of a thing on the smartwatch. Crazy. Corey Graves said, after tonight, man, I can't wait for tomorrow. And Hang'em High, who was actually over in France, said, my American friends, you'll have to understand that these two guys on the French commentary table, they made everybody's childhoods in France. That one thing that we chant after the 2 count, they created that catchphrase. They deserve to be here. So my understanding is that these two are like the Michael Cole and Taz, the JR, Jerry Lawler, the Bobby Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon. Like these are the guys, basically. So it's kind of really interesting to hear from someone in France talk about like the love and respect they have for these two commentators. And actually, if you look at the responses, a lot of people in France were kind of saying the same, like, yeah, these are the GOATs, these are the legends. I feel I'm so happy for them that they get to have this moment, you know? So just something that I thought was fun to note. Wrestle Features said Corey Graves announces that Smackdown from France is the highest grossing Smackdown in WWE history. Right, Paul Heyman. I haven't even spoken to Roman since WrestleMania. Reigns didn't pull himself out of the draft. Paul Heyman pulled Reigns out of the draft because he felt he can't subject Reigns to being part of the chaos that's going on within the bloodline. I just wanted to include this because I think, other than the QR code, this was the biggest moment from SmackDown. Honestly, where is this going? It's so interesting. Is Paul Heyman going to face repercussions from Roman? Because Roman surely is not going to be happy at being kept in the dark. So is he going to face repercussions there? Is it a case that he's not really trying to protect Roman? He's actually just trying to keep Roman out of the way. Is he lying to us at the moment? You can never really trust what Paul Heyman says. He might be telling you one thing, but actually thinking and doing something else. Is he edging his bets at the moment, trying to figure out which is the right way forwards for him personally? I don't know. I can't quite tell where we're going with it, but I love it. It's really intriguing. So, yeah, that was huge. Hang'em High said Bayley wanted to tag Bianca. Bianca didn't want to do it. So there was lots of little moments between Bayley and Bianca. We saw it really bubble over backstage, but clearly still issues there. So I don't know if a Bianca heel turn is on the way. Maybe Bianca turns on Jade eventually, and that's how we get Bianca Jades. And then obviously she could go after Bayley as well. So Bianca turning heel would make sense. Watch this space. Rey versus Carlito was a dark match on SmackDown as well. Samantha Irvin said France is next level, not gonna lie. And then this as well, apparently one of the security guards who got slammed on the commentary table by Randy Orton during SmackDown in France was former NXT star Sylvester Lefort. So there we go. That was him in NXT, and that's what he looks like now. That news coming courtesy of Wrestle Talk. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. We've got a fun folder. This has got a few bits in it, to be honest. So Dijak was handing out Tiffany Stratton ratios. So this is so clever. Her Titantron says Tiffany Stratton. If you just change that T to an I, it says ratio. So a few weeks ago, he was giving out Tiffany Stratton ratios, and that pose by her as well with ratio in the background is absolutely brilliant. So Vinster the Great, thank you. Tiffany ratio, lol. I thought that was excellent. Yeah, this guy goes off, man. Let's see if we can play it so we can give it some context.
Please, God, tear Liv's ACL.
Please, God, tear Liv's ACL. I think as well he goes on to say, please paralyze her or something. I mean, it's like, oof. intense, you know. I mean, it's just wrestling. And this guy is praying for Liv to get injured, or him saying that he's had better. I don't know what's wilder, said Vic. Liv saw all this and responded. She said, guys, don't be mad at him. He probably pleasures himself in his socks for a living. Can you make a living doing? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. Right, that's all. Right, Drew, I can't even talk. I'm thinking. I'm strategizing. I'm thinking, is YouTube really the future for me? Drew McIntyre's perfect response to the new CM Punk WWE official t-shirt drop. So this was the new shirt for CM Punk. Drew responded, I ain't never had to put another man's name on a shirt to sell it. As it's got McIntyre written right there. Zoe Stark said, best thing about the UK, banoffee pie. That's hard to argue with, actually. Banoffee pie is goated. It's banana and toffee. It's lovely. I don't think you have it in America, which is, I'm sure you do. But banoffee pie is lovely. I would say beans on toast as well, and an English breakfast. I'd go for all of them. They're all pretty nice, in all fairness. Oh, this is nice. Look, Bayley hanging out with Carmella and Corey Graves' son Dimitri. So here, look, there's Bayley with Dimitri. Just think of some of the amazing footage this kid's gonna have. I mean, like, think of the pictures and just this video alone. There's him with Bayley, being like young and like just hitting her on the face. I mean, amazing. Bayley's playing captain recognized her and was a fan. So look at this. It says, Bayley, champ, we appreciate you. Please stay mean to Michael Cole. Big fan, Captain. I think that says Nick. So there we go. That's great, isn't it? That is great. So Bayley getting this card from the captain. Very cool. I mean, if I was Bayley, I'd be like, please don't focus on me. Please focus on the plane. Focus on the flying thing, please. Here, look, move over Kendrick Lamar and Drake. There's only one diss track we need tonight. Rikishi on Hulk Hogan. Now, I can't play this, unfortunately, but it is as amazing as you think. So basically, he channels the Sultan again. He's good, man. He's really natural at it. Like, you think this is going to be a bit off, but it's really good. And he goes off on Hulk Hogan and puts over the Iron Sheik, saying things like, I think something like, you cheated Yoko in the main event. That don't work for me, brother. It's really, really good. So if you get a chance to listen to this, check it out. Bayley said, Mercy, France, and there's a picture of her from the kickoff show. Not much on the kickoff show, to be honest. We just got a taste of what the French fans were going to be like. It was good. I mean, they were good. But really, what we actually got from the superstars was just pretty paint by numbers. Look at this from Nia. So, Naomi for president. Naomi came out and looking fabulous. So fabulous that Nia posted this. And I think we can all decode what this means. It means she likes bread. And then here, look, Drew McIntyre said he would take AJ Lee away from CM Punk if he wasn't married himself. That's the kind of troll I am. She doesn't get a say in it. She would just have to go along with it. Look at this as well. I just thought this was great. My son Logan is a big fan. Don't mind the spelling. He's in kindergarten. Look at that. Ricochet. I mean, honestly, that's a genuine better... If I hadn't seen how the name was actually spelt on TV, that is a genuine better attempt at what I would have come up with. I would have had Zs and Ws, and God only knows what other letters would have been in there. I think every letter would have featured. Ricochet is not an easy word. So I saw that and I was like, fair play. Fair play for giving that such a go. Terrible picture, but fair play on giving that spelling such go. Ricochet said it's perfect. That is so how he needs to that is so how he needs to spell his name now. That's it. That is now the official correct spelling. Right, let's go into other, shall we? Not much in here. Sad news. Dijak saying goodbye to his pet dog. He says, goodbye, Copper. You was a really good boy. I love you so. Oh, God, it always hurts, man, when people post about losing their dogs. I think if you're a dog owner, or even if you're not a dog owner, you can feel that pain, you know. They're just so perfect, aren't they? They're the closest thing we've got to angels. Oh, so feeling that one. So Dijak, thoughts are with him. And Wrestle Up said at one point there was an idea for The Rock to beat Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship and then give up the championship to go back to Hollywood and always call himself the People's Champion. That apparently from Wrestling Observer newsletter. And oh my God, I hope that's not true. That sounds awful. It sounds awful. He was going to beat Roman, end that reign, and then just give up the belt and just walk off. I mean, that is just awful. Oh, I'm so glad that I can't even believe that happens. I don't want to believe that was even brought up, was even an idea. But there we go. That apparently from Wrestling Observer newsletter. And that's it for tonight. I know it was short, but obviously we're just getting back into the rhythm of things. Tomorrow it is Backlash. We will be live. We are doing the live watch long. We'll be here for the show. We'll be here for the kickoff show. We'll be here a few hours before that as well. So we're all over that tomorrow. We'll do a review afterwards. We'll get the community's thoughts afterwards. We'll do another unseen episode afterwards. We're going to be all over it. So if you are around, make sure that you join us. It should be a real good show, certainly with that French crowd as well. I mean, honestly, the last time French people were that excited, it was when it was half price on the Brie. So, Brie mode! We need to bring out Brie mode! Oh my God, why have we not done that? We so need Brie Bella right now. Where are you, Brie Bella? We need her. We need her for Backlash. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.